All right, if you have one of these, then you might want one of these right here. Whether you own an RV, a sailboat, or live on a ranch, or you're full-timing it like I am, one of these things is really handy to your weekend plans, right? Nothing says I care about wind more than when your awning ends up in your neighbor's yard. And if you're a full-time RVer, you probably have experienced that before. So this right here is a weather station. Right? Not only are you going to get your temperatures, but you're also going to get your wind speed, your barometric pressure, and you're going to be able to tell if it's going to rain. You're going to be able to tell when it's going to rain, and most importantly, when it's going to stop raining so you can go back outside, right? Now, hopefully by the end of this video, you're going to know whether or not you should get one of these or upgrade your existing one. All right, here's a quick journey of what you get inside the box before we do the install of this AIR ALFA all-in-one wireless weather station. So obviously here is the bulk of the unit. Now this is pretty cool. You got your solar panel right here. It does come with a battery pack. So you get the solar panel so that if you have this in sun, you're gonna reduce the chances that you're gonna have to charge it. Then you have the brains of the unit right here in the box, which is kind of cool. We'll go through the configuration of this later. You have a USB, a really long USB cable, USB-C cable. You have a wall port right here, wall adapter. I still haven't really figured out where I'm going to put this, but you do have a mounting. So I'm leaning towards a pole, but this is a pole mount right here. Or you can also mount it just into wood, whatever you want like that. It does come with all the mounting hardware that you're going to need. I'm probably leaning to the pole personally. But then you have this wall mount remote control, so that if this brains of the unit was in a different location, it'll transmit the signal wirelessly to this. You're also going to get a rain sensor. These metal probes right here that you're just going to put up in here. And yeah, you get that. That's kind of be your rain area, wind speed, all that kind of stuff. So it looks fairly easy to put together. Just wanted to quickly show you what you get when you right out of the box. Previously mentioned just a second ago that taking this out of the box, that these were like gauges or sensors or something like that. I've never put one of these wind things together before, so my mistake. These are actually bird spikes. I really need to know whether it's going to rain or not, other than just going, I think it's going to rain. But I could probably do that because there is a rainstorm coming in. The clouds are getting dark. But I need to know how long it's going to rain. Is it going to be heavy rain? And do I need to pull everything in, the awnings down, all that kind of stuff, battle down the hatches, get ready for the storm? That's what I need to know, because when you're a full-time RVer, wind is not your friend. Other than the drivers on the road, wind is the next best enemy to a full-time RVer. So this little gizmo, this little gadget right here is going to help me to determine, hey, how much do I need to battle down the hatches? Am I good to leave this tent up and standing through the rainstorm, or do I need to take it down, right? I am fully ready to do that because I do not want this guy to be a kite. Ask me how I know. So I got a little bit of a problem though. Right here, I have this access point. Now this access point is giving internet for all of this campground on this side. And so I really don't want to install this guy up there on that pole next to my Wi-Fi router or replace the Wi-Fi router. So what I think I'm going to try here and get a good signal, because you're going to want this spinning in the wind, you're going to want a 360, you're going to want it high. As high as you can get it, the more accurate reading you're going to have. I'm probably going to see if I can't just attach it to the top of this ladder right here. The other thing you're going to want to do is, if you see that right there, is you're going to make sure that that is pointing north. So don't forget to grab your phone, a compass, or anything so that you can make sure that this is pointed north. You do have AA batteries right here. And then I was reading the direction or the instructions. I know, right? I was reading the instructions. But it did say that these batteries will last 2.5 years. I threw in some rechargeable batteries, hoping that I can get a little bit more life than 2.5 years, but I'll take 2.5 years, because all it really is doing is just providing a reading and kicking it over to here, this display, and just giving you that reading. And so this is really, you're going to have this inside and you're going to read all your instruments. We'll get to that in just a second. First, we got to hoof it up this ladder, connect everything, and get it working. All right, just a couple things here really quick to talk about. You can mount it. It does come with all the mounting hardware, the screws, the brackets. I'm going to probably mount it right here on the back side of that, depending on what is north facing. or I might mount it on this side. We'll see. So let me figure out where north is real quick. All right, so north is facing this way. I just downloaded a quick compass app to help me figure out where north is. It does come with these little rubber pads. You stick them on, you stick it on so that when you're putting the brackets together, it protects that a little bit right there. Trying to get this done before the storm comes in. That's one of the easier installs I've ever done. Thankfully, this was pointing north, true north right here with the sun beating down. That solar is gonna get it. And I just grabbed a little pocket screwdriver. It was just 4 little screws, well, maybe 5, 6, 7 little screws, and you're good, installed. All right, been a few days. I had some troubles getting this to sync, so don't be like me. I'm gonna tell you exactly what the trouble was that I had. First of all, I mounted my sensors way up high, and I put bad batteries in it, and I couldn't get it to sync or anything like that, but I didn't know they were bad batteries. I thought they were good batteries. So I was like, for the life of me, trying to figure out how to get this to sync. It wasn't syncing. I reset the Wi-Fi, all that kind of stuff, and then it dawned on me maybe the batteries were bad. So I had to climb back up there, check the batteries, and it still didn't work. So it still didn't work with good batteries. I knew the batteries weren't the problem, so I hit the reset button up there. It still didn't work. So there's a button on the back, the button right here called refresh. You see that refresh right there? You're gonna wanna press that after you get the good batteries in. You press reset on the sensor unit, and then magically all these numbers came alive. So let me take you on a tour really quick and a journey of what you get inside of this, and this is actually syncing too. So you have a large LCD display, and then if you have other sensors that are attached to it, you have this reader too at a quick glance. I hope you guys can see that. This screen is really, really glossy. You can actually see my indoor temperature right here and my humidity inside. That is way too high for me. I like it to be under 40. And I know if it goes above 60, it gives me an alert right here. That is something that I watch all the time, especially when I'm in an RV. Full time, I do not want water getting in and staying in. You also have your wind speed right here, and currently it is not windy. It also gives me extra numbers, which are actually really helpful, like the dew point, the heat index, wind chill, and what the temperature really feels like outside. So you can see this right here where it is 77, but feels like 86, right? I mean, so overall, it did take me just a little bit to get this configured. That was mostly user error. If I would have put good batteries in and have a dumb moment, I think we all have those occasionally, this would have been really, really quick, really, really easy install, probably less than about 30 minutes from opening the box to getting it all installed. You get all the information you want on your phone, you get alerts. If you live, work, or play in an area where weather really matters to you on an hour-by-hour basis, this one is a great weather station that's going to help you to plan your events, your days, and know when you need to bring your awnings in before you have to get new awnings.